Hello, Muffins. Welcome to 10 Minute Stories. I hope that you enjoy this content. Let's begin. Diamond Star. True story. As a young girl, I would have dreams that I couldn't necessarily put a meaning to. My mother would interpret them the best that she could. However, when I grew older, the dreams were more clear and detailed. So detailed that I could nearly name the person that the dream was referring to or the people in the dream. These dreams were unpredictable, like most dreams are, but there was no on and off switch to it. I worked as a gas station manager at the age of 22. The gas station was a full service station with a convenience store, drink and food section, and ice cream parlor. It wasn't the ideal job, but was a stepping stone to my managing career and great experience for a new manager. There was a woman who always came in to purchase 2 cups of coffee and a pack of cigarettes. She was there bright and early every morning and very pleasant, but she didn't speak as much. She'd say thank you and have a great day, and that was about it. It was rare for her to ask you how your day was, and there was no point of asking her because 9 times out of 10 she wouldn't answer. One of my employees, Nancy, liked her for some reason. I believe she reminded Nancy of someone she knew. Nancy would always try to start small talk, but the lady never gave in and would just say, "Have a great day," as she walked away from Nancy's invitation to talk. At times, the woman would come in pajamas, so we figured she lived in the area and didn't want to talk as much because she wanted to rush the other warm cup of coffee to a spouse of hers before it got cold. Sometimes my employees would come up with little interesting and fascinating facts that they made up themselves about the customers. It made it fun and it also passed time. Well, after a few weeks of working there, I began having this same dream. I'm sitting at a kitchen table and there is a woman with her back turned towards me. She's standing at the kitchen sink, placing dishes in a dish drain. There is an ashtray near her. She lights a smoke and then turns around. She was an older woman, maybe in her late 60s. She wore a white knee-length nightgown with little lime green carnations printed all over it. Her hair brunette and full of large hair rollers. She wore a pair of lime green slip-in house shoes. She would just stare at me for a second, and I would always eyeball the room. There were 2 red salt and pepper shakers designed like vintage diner jukeboxes, smack dead in the middle of the table. They were no bigger than 4 ounces, and there was a huge vintage Coca-Cola clock hanging on the wall. "Tell my diamond star that I am proud of her," the woman would say. She'd pick up the ashtray and stroll into the living room. Once I would get up to follow her, the dream would either end or I'd wake up. This dream continued on and off for 2 months before I began talking about it. I had told my employee Nancy about it, and she was into the whole ghost hunting, paranormal stuff, so she assumed it was someone giving me a message. I myself wasn't a fan at all of ghost hunting or searching for messages from the afterlife. It didn't thrill me, and I grew up in church, so that was not something that I was raised to do. Not to mention, scary movies were never my choice of late night flicks. One morning, I'm counting down my third shifter's till, and Robert is standing near me, witnessing his till count. It was policy. Nancy had just come in for the day and was opening her register. The woman walks in and she's holding a little Shih Tzu under her arm. Nancy goes over and she begins talking to her about her dog. She couldn't wait to find something to talk to this woman about. Robert asked if I would make her leave because she had a dog, and I assured him no. She's just getting coffee and she'll be out the door very soon. After dismissing Robert from his shift, I walked over to join the conversation that Nancy and this woman was having. I was so surprised that she was actually talking to us. "What's your dog's name?" I asked. "Diamond," she answered. I went on to compliment how well-mannered the small dog was. Most small dogs bark a lot, I told her. She goes on and says, "Yeah, Star is a different story. Now she barks at everyone and all the time." In my mind, I'm like, this is weird. Diamond and Star are her dog names? That's the same name the woman keeps giving me in my dream. My face shows my feelings. So Nancy asks, what's wrong? Now they're both looking at me, weird, waiting for me to answer, and I just shook my head. Sorry. It just threw me off that your dog's names are Diamond Star. The lady says, yes. Are those your pet names? I responded, no. She now says, okay. I say, okay. I have to tell you now because now I'm seeming weird. I tell this lady about the dream and how the dream has been occurring on and off for 2.5 months. And instantly, the lady hands Nancy her dog and covers her face, sobbing. That's my mom. That's her nickname for me. That's one of my favorite nightgowns, and it was her favorite as well. She rolled her hair every other day. I still have the jukebox salt and pepper shakers and the cola clock. No one would have ever known this. And I always wonder if she had approved of my husband. Thank you for telling me. From that day on, she visited us twice a day. She'd bring in pictures of her mother and would bring baked goods for the employees. After a year or so, just before I quit for a better opportunity, her husband was offered a position in Pittsburgh and they moved away. Her and Nancy are still friends and talk just about every day. The end. I hope that you enjoyed Muffins. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and press the bell to be notified for more 10-minute stories. Have a great day, Muffins.